You died for them? No, not for them. For you. For you. I love you. That was my favorite line from because I wanted to do this just for fun, for like X-Men and all the stuff that it was in The Last Stand or something, and I wanted to do that. That was my favorite line. That's it. But speaking of which, today I will be talking about X-Men stuff. Well, because I bought X-Men books, and the reason why I'm doing this is because heroes or superhero, most people or in the world love Marvels or DC, whatever. I don't really care. For me, Marvel or DC doesn't matter. They're heroes, right? Now, this universe of X-Men, they have, they're this, because I have in my hand, it's called X-Men in philosophy, right? And it pertained to us as humans, real life, real situation, but also things that sometimes people think that this channel is about something more, right? Meaning there's more than meets the eye. They always say in Transformer, right, that humans have complexities. Humans have this facet experience of who they are, and the experience create who they are, the past experience. And so this book's, I only read some parts of it that ring true, and it's the mutants versus humans, right? Humans where they were in the Harry Potter world called Muggles, or non-magic folk, right? Muggles. I remember Malfoy. He was talking to Hermione. She's a mudblood. Damn, that's terrible. So, and the world that divide the individual. This book talk about normal, right? I wrote it down. The X-Men franchise has made billions of dollars over the last 45 years. The Marvel X-verse is large and diverse, place full of complex stories, and the paradox of normality. Being normal is there's very limited way, but being abnormal, there's abnormal or being there's unlimited ways. So basically the normal. In this book it talks about the normal and the mutants. The normal is human beings that try to fit in society. Mutants are the one that are like they stand out, right? They're like celebrities. See, let's put it this way. Celebrities are like mutants, right? And normal, everyday, average person are normal, right? They go through the rut of going to work, and they do every normal people do. Fit in, buy a house, buy a car, follow everybody else. While the mutants, or they hang out with their own group. Like usually, rich people hang out with rich people, or wealthy people hang out with wealthy people, or entrepreneurs hang out with entrepreneurs. Other witchcraft people hang out with witchcraft people. Yu-Gi-Oh! I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. They play Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, right? Gamers plus gamers, right? All these things, right? So, in this title, the paradox of normality, meaning that there are people who want to fit in the group, and they don't want to stand out. Because if you do stand out, you consider an outcast, right? Like back in high school, I think it was in middle school, I wanted to fit in, but that caused some problem, and I didn't get chosen by my classmates, quote unquote. So I think over the years I chosen myself. I decided that being normal, I always told my brain, my subconscious or whatever conscious, whatever myself, that I don't want to be a normal person. Because if I identify normal, then I would fit in like everybody else. I would do like it. Of course, you fit in your own group, right? It talk about that, you know, non-conformists hang out with other non-conformists, goth versus, hang out with goth, right? In this book, talk about that. And that, but we human want to stand out. There are part of us that we want to stand out from the crowd. And the way that, for me, I want to stand out from most of people in this world. I mean, the reason why is not to stand out. It's not that I stand out. It's because of who I am as a person. What I do is vastly different from the person that people don't express themselves through their body language. They do, but they don't fully express themselves. They hide their what's it called? Because in one sense, because in this book you talk about Rogue, right, where she wants to be normal, and there are people who want to be normal. They want to fit in. They don't want. They want to be a follower. Because they feel that they don't want to get rejected from reality. I mean, from society, because it's painful, right? While the entrepreneurs, they stand out because they're willing to bet on themselves. They're willing to do the things that make them happy the most. I'm trying to pinpoint the way that in society you were taught to not attract attention to you, that you shouldn't attract attention to you, so you should blend in like everybody else. However, if you don't attract attention, right, they say, how can, what, it's like, I don't know, I guess I always been like, because here's the thing, for those who haven't been in self-help development for so long, my audience isn't to self-help, so they would know, right? So even if I'm talking to this, I'm going to other diverse, that being yourself and that you have an upbeat personality, that you attract people to you, right? But if you have like this gloomy type of personality, you repel people to you. If you notice, because people are attracted by energies, the aura, people think it's psychotic or like they don't believe in this stuff. But if you notice how people react to your energy, or how if you change the mood dialogue, or if you change the way that you move upbeatly, people are attracted to you or repel. It's who you are as a person. You attract your type of people, whether Yu-Gi-Oh, witchcraft, entrepreneurs, or self-help development, whatever. You attract them into your life based upon your thoughts. We don't attract what we want in life. We attract who we are as a person, the inner compass of our dialogue, right? Anyway, this book talk about we're social beings who feel a strong need to fit into a group, even non-conformists, usually hanging out with similar non-conformists. Let me see. Goth with goth, emos with emo. You don't want to stand out. On the other hand, we also want to attract attention to distinguish ourselves from others, so we don't get ignored. Normal enough to indicate potential mate. Want to attract more attention than our competition, indicate we have something advantage over others. But it is conundrum of the human condition. We want to fit in and we want to stand out. But the problem with fitting in is you lower your standards. The problem with that remains is you lower. Let's say you have a dream, you have a vision. Yeah. If you feel stagnant in life, it's because you don't have something pulling you. You don't have something innate with it. That's like you don't have something to go after. So what happened is the average people, the people who don't have dreams, they lower their standards and they don't have any vision. They succumb to this, normalization of society, way of thinking and doing things. But if they want to stand out, they must have a vision, a goal, and to improve or who they are, to rise above the standards, to rise above not everybody else. But it's because if you continue to rise, you attract different people. If you don't want these type of people in your life, you have to grow. You have to raise your standard up to where you attract people into your life. And people, whether this is a thing that people search on YouTube, but the thing is, it's real and it's dynamic. It's these type of thing happen in your life, not for a reason, but based upon the thing that you do with your energy that you produce. People don't understand that. That's why this will pass all over people's head. But if most of my audience are into those law of attraction vibration stuff, they would understand that they would repel and attract based upon who they are as a person. That's why oftentimes Bruce Lee talk about expressing oneself. If you express yourself, you attract into your life of who you are as a person, and you repel those people who are not at your frequency or vibration, or would I say similar interests or background, or what you like to do. Now, I always been the type to stand out from a lot of people, because I choose that path. It's a very interesting path. It could get me in a lot of trouble from teachers, but no, I'm good with teachers. But I'm saying it could get me in trouble because I like to have fun, right? And it's in a way that it's as you grow older, we tend to not fully express ourselves. Some do and some a little bit do, but they don't as much, but they should. Because if you imagine, if life is dynamic, right? We get to feel a certain way, right? It's like a roller coaster, right? And I'm thinking of for example, what I did in the intro was my expressing myself, because I do that often all the time in my room. I'm in my head, I play that many times, or I say that a lot. I express myself loud in my room, and I was like, I loved you, because because I've seen that so many times, and I like that line. Usually, if I like a line, I express it. Like the Dragon Ball Z Kamehameha. Anyway, if you choose to fit into a group, that is fine. However, you get to choose which group you want to hang out with. You don't have to follow the bad influence. You don't have to follow the other category that you want to. You get to choose what category you belong to. Because you have willpower. You have not willpower. You have free will, quote unquote, right? You get to choose whether you want to do a certain thing or whatever, follow a certain path. That's you, right? In this world, it's like the two worlds, right? Mutants versus humans, right? Mutants are considered gods. Basically, because they have the power, they have storms, shoot lightning, or she control the weather, right? while Wolverine, he can heal himself, and he like have claws out of his hand, while Cyclops, you know, he shoot lasers, while Xavier, what was it he do? Read minds or control mind? But you know, all those things are, they were born with, right? Or they, quote unquote, what Magneto say, they're better, or evolutionary develop. You can do that. You can mold yourself. If you don't want to fit in and you don't want to be normal, you can mold yourself and develop your talent. Yes, I think a couple of days ago, my friend came into we were at Pho. He called it Po. I was like, what the fuck? And he was like, I was like, no, it's Pho. And he said, it's Po. I was like, what the fuck? And he was like, you live in America. I was like, fuck America. Anyway, now people get offended, but that's a joke, okay? If you can't take a joke, get out of here. And so I saw two couple. They were ordering, buying Vietnamese something, I don't know. And they were Asian and white. And I decided on this journey that I'm gonna do my research on why Asian women date white men, because you know most Asian men they assume they get angry over Asian women dating white men, but their perception, their assumption are wrong. So I start asking him about why and stuff, how they meet and stuff like that. And I won't go into detail because that's not for this video. And so my friend said, you got talent for getting people to talk to you or something like that, because, you know, I'm easy to talk to. I'm not like, my energy is warm. It's energetic. It's not, I approach people because I develop it over time, over the years that I practice through that, because of how to win friends and influence people, because of The Power of Charm by Brian Tracy, because of Jim Rohn, right? He's into personal development. Anyway, would I rather be humans or would I rather be mutant? That's a question that right? People, for me, I'd rather be a mutant. And I wanted, because it's you know, if we're talking about fantasy and my channel is about fantasy, I decided to follow my fantasy, right? My fantasy always been these type of supernatural stuff, right? Like shooting chi blast or energy out of my hand from DBZ, Dragon Ball Z, right? Or like Naruto, ninja stuff, or you know, Bleach, all these type of anime that they do, or Power Ranger, or Kamen Rider, whatever you want to choose it, or Superman, right? Most people know Batman, Superman. Most people fall in love with Batman. I fell in love with Batman, but I like all the DC character, from some Smallville, some Batman. The reason why I like Batman, because he's human, and he don't have any power. He trained in the art of ninjutsu, while Superman has power, but he has weakness. So I like the idea that this video I would consider that I get to play around, right? That I get to imagine that, hey, you know, while I'm reading books, I can clown around and joke, and I was like, yo, Wolverine, yeah, bro, give me your power, or like, Xavier, sir, please be my teacher. And he's like, I will be your teacher. You know, stuff like that. I want to clown around because, you know, what's the point of me doing book reviews? What's the point of me just being so serious all the time? Quote unquote people. I'm showing how I act in this world. How I interact with people in this world. I interact with them based upon who I am. Not based upon what you think I am, but based upon that, the way that, it's very interesting, right? If you hide yourself, right? If you don't express yourself, I wonder what circumstances or what experience you have experienced. Because my friend said your experience is not normal. My experience is not normal from every average person. Because I clown around too much. I play around too much and back in the day, and I still do. It will never change. Some of the stuff that people say in the self-help stuff, like, you should change. Yes, you should change. But some of the thing that you shouldn't change, of like how when even though I like to have fun and get in trouble, I'm usually good with people, and usually because I'm a kind person and I'm nice. I'm not an asshole. It's just that I get pissed and I get annoyed, but I'm not a jerk. I'm not a jackass. I'm not an asshole. Maybe sometimes I feel like that sometimes, but it's because I feel like that sometimes. I don't go up to people and like curse them out. No, I'm not a jackass like that. But I'm too nice. I care about people in a way that I think too much. But I feel like, who would I be? I'd rather be Storm. Yo, that shit is epic, okay? To control weather, that's like fucking amazing. If I can bend, because the other day I asked my brother, right? I wanted to know more about vampires, right? Vampire! If you ever watched Transylvania, right? With Adam Sandler? Dracula. Blah, 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 blah! Vampires. I mean, I've always been interested in vampires, and, well, my brother, he's in his mind, he's a vampire. In my mind, Blade is Marvel. He's a vampire. He's a daywalker. But I always been interested in vampire, right? Because it's not. I'm talking about movies, okay? But vampire. And I asked him to watch asked him to share a movie with me, about Dracula Untold Story. That shit was epic, right? And I was like, bro, because I have watched so many vampire show, movie, and all that type of amazing thing, and I was like, holy shit! Like, that vampire was powerful, man. He's like freak. He can control the weather. I was like, bro, that is epic. And most vampires don't do that, unless it's Twilight and you sparkle, right? You standing there, you sparkle, and you like flip your hair, and they're like, yeah, I look good, stuff like that. Wolverine, Storm, control the weather. So I'd rather be a mutant than human, unless you're rogue, where I guess I can understand where rogue, where she can't touch a person who she loved, and she wanted to be normal again because so she can touch someone she loved. Like, literally, if she touched someone, she would literally kill them, and that would be sad because it hurt her. So I guess it varies of, you gotta know who you are, right? You gotta know who you are as a person to choose the path of whether you want to fit in or you want to choose your own path. But the choice is yours, always. It's a great book. I haven't done. Where is it? Oh shit! I threw it away. God damn it, man. Well, the book is called Xmen and Philosophy, but the choice is yours, right? And if you want to read it, it's pretty interesting. Picking up a lot of books on superhero stuff because why not? It's fun. I don't want to always do like book reviews on personal love. I will do that, but it's much more to expand my universe, my my Marvel Hero Universe collections. I like Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is like, and people are like, Johnny, what are you getting on about? Let's just say I'm into heroes, and heroes, we're all heroes in our own ways. We define heroism based upon what we do. If you want to be a hero, you can. Not to be a vigilante, but you can. There are all type of heroes, right, in this life. Firefighter are a hero, police are heroes, even though sometimes people see them and they're in a negative connotation. I see firefighters as heroes, but oftentimes normal people can be heroes by the way that they care for another. They inspire people, they uplift people, or they move people, or they do the things that inspire. A hero for me would be, I don't know, I have my own definition of hero. Hero is, my mind is always thinking of hero as to protect people, to save people, right? I guess it's because we often see that people, heroes protect people, but people are wired to protect people. People are wired to save people. It's in them, or help people. It's natural. It's wiredness. And that's it. Subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.